Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 303 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now, 2 days ago, I started a promotion spotlight where I go through every promotion in Ontario, give them a spotlight, find out as much information as I can about them on the internet, and give them a spotlight, tell all about them, and then hopefully the viewers come through and share their opinions as well. From what I was able to find out through, there's cage match wrestling, a Wikipedia page. They also have, Barrie Wrestling has their own event pages on Facebook. They have a Twitter, they have Instagram. And I was able to find out that it started in 2015. The owners are Sean Gibson and Neil Reed. Now, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. The internet's not always truthful, but this is what I've seen so far. And they started in 2015. And that they started in the middle of the year there, and they had 6 shows in 2015, and then in 2016 they had 12 shows, and 2017 they had 12 shows as well. So far they've had 30 shows in 2.5 years, which means they're very persistent. They've been running monthly, and I have a few friends that have worked for them and whatnot, and everybody says such great things about Barrie Wrestling, and I obviously believe them without a doubt, because the people that have told me this are not the type to pull my chain or anything like that. So they've been doing well for themselves. The crowd just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the one thing I really love about Barrie Wrestling is how involved with the community they are. Everybody in Barrie is kind of joining together and making this something. And their home is the Ferris Lane Community Church, which has totally embraced them. And it's like a part of the wrestling is the church and the cross that hangs there. I love how they involve, like I said, they involve the community. They've got a bunch of sponsors selling tickets. They've had a bunch of radio stations help promote the events, and they've even had the city of Barrie mayor, Mr. Lehman, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Jeff Lehman, and he took part in an event and got involved. So how great is that? And they've had such great talent on the shows. They have like their core that they usually use, and they've been bringing other people in here and there, and just about everyone on the roster that is wrestling for Barrie Wrestling is an exceptional talent, and I have nothing but good things to say about everybody that works for them. So they also have 3 champions. They have the heavyweight championship of Barrie, which is currently is Tyson Dukes. He won it from Mark House a couple months back. I think in the October or November show. Unfortunately, Mark House had to take some time away, and we'll miss him. I wrestled Mark House, and I loved wrestling him. Unfortunate, but they have a great champion in Tyson Dukes. They have a tag team championships. They call it the 400 North Tag Team Championships, and that's currently held by the Riot Makers. Holden Albright and Mark Wheeler won the titles, but they also have Jody Threat as part of their group, and she can defend the titles, kind of like the New Day thing in WWE. And they have the 3 Pistols Championship, and I'm not sure what that's called. It's got a cool name, I know what it's called. I don't know what it represents. I don't know if it's like a cruiserweight or it's just like their intercontinental, but the current champion is Alessandro Del Bruno, a great talent in himself. So they have these 3 titles, and they've been doing all these shows, and it just so happens to work out that their first show of 2018 is happening this Saturday. They call it the Kickoff Show, and it's at 5 p.m. at the Ferris Lane Community Church, and there's some great matches already scheduled for this. We got prestigious Joe Henry is coming across the pond to take on the King of the North, Carter Mason. Carter Mason always delivers in Barrie Wrestling. He's had some outstanding matches there, and this is sure to be another one. So then the Tag Team Championships, the Riot Makers, it's going to be Holden Albright and Jody Threat defending the titles in an intergender tag team match. That's sure to be exciting as well. Tyson Dukes will defend his heavyweight championship against the hacker Scotty O'Shea. Alessandro Del Bruno defends his 3 Pistols Championship, but the opponent isn't named. It's an open challenge. So knowing Barrie Wrestling and their history and their past, it's going to be someone that will not disappoint. And they also have a huge announcement for their March 3rd event coming up. They're going to do a big announcement on the show this Saturday concerning their next event, so I'm sure it's something big. I went through their Facebook page a lot. I found there's a lot of videos on Facebook. They have like interviews with the wrestlers, talking about their current matches and upcoming matches and who they're facing and stuff like that. And also seen on YouTube, they have some of their great matches on YouTube. Brian Weiss, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. If you type him into YouTube, it's Brian, Bryan, Weiss. He's got a lot of the current wrestling matches from the Barrie events and on YouTube, and they're great. And there's also another user, Wreck All the Things, and that's capital REK, capital ALL, capital THE, capital THINGS, Wreck All the Things on YouTube, and he also has a bunch of matches there. So check them out. There's been some great action, and you will not be disappointed. So I want to know from you guys though. Like I've never got up to Barrie and caught a show or been a part of a show. Although obviously I would like to, and everybody that I know would love to get in there. It's the place to be right now. They're really on the come up. Like only 2.5 years in, and they're becoming one of the premier promotions in Ontario, where you know that you're gonna go to a card and it's gonna be solid action. You're gonna get more than your money's worth. You're gonna see some incredible talent, and I just see nothing but them continuing the success and just getting bigger and bigger and better and better. But let's hear from you guys, the viewers, because that's really what makes the show. Have you ever gone to a Barrie wrestling show, or have you ever watched any of their shows on social media, like on their Facebook videos or YouTube videos? And what did you think? And if you are a manager or a referee or a wrestler, have you ever performed for them? And what did you think? How's your experience? Would you like to go back? I've seen a lot of stuff, and all the clips that I see just blow me away. They've had some amazing matches. That they've had some steel cage matches. Just so much stuff. Like I can't go on forever. But you tell me what's your favorite matches from Barrie Wrestling, and what you like and dislike about the company. Because as always on the W.I.L.L.I.W show, I love hearing from you guys. So make sure you like, or you get a leg drop. Make sure you comment, or you get a clothesline, and subscribe, or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!